Freaking Lannister. You swine.
Gotta represent the royal family.
The royal family?
The royal family.
I hate you. I hate everything about the things you like.
Tyrion's the only good
Gotta support
Lannister.
Tyrion.
You root for all the bad guys.
And action!
Hey everybody!
I'm Will.
I'm Sam!
And I'm Adam, and we are
Working Title!
Fire and Blood.
Ah!
It looks like he was holding it as a rifle.
I was gonna like whip it up, but I didn't want to like smack the wall.
Do it, whip it out, buddy. No need for a pause.
I'm not doing that now. No shot.
Guys, we are back for a trailer reaction. This is House of the Dragon? House of the Dragon? I almost said House of Dragons.
House of Dargan.
I almost said, like, what we talked about earlier, House of Targaryen.
House of Blood.
This is a trailer reaction to the House of the Dragon. Game of Thrones spin-off series done by HBO?
Yep.
I mean, I don't even know what to say first. We love Game of Thrones, or at least loved it.
It's one of the shows that why we chose to do a YouTube channel.
Yeah. We were not a channel
No.
when Game of Thrones was out, but it would have been a very fun show to react to, as many of you probably know. Many of you have probably watched channels that have reacted to Game of Thrones. We were not conceived, but here we are now, and there's a spin-off. So boys, what are your immediate thoughts and hopes for this show?
I am hoping for some awesome warfare and also like political like issues. Like, I have no idea when this era is. I'm assuming since it's focused on Targaryens, it'd be like the conquest in the beginning, or maybe they just held the throne. I also am excited for it to have nothing to do with the characters we've already seen. Like, give us new stuff, new issues, new politics that maybe might have been like mentioned briefly in the show.
I don't know what the show is about. I know there was a couple options up in the air from the writing teams, and I think this was the one that like they were most comfortable with. So I don't know the premise of it. I know it has to do with Targaryens. I'm not sure of the era. I would like it to be Aegon's Conquest, if that's what we're jumping into, out of like any preferences. So if that's the case, I just want a lot of awesome moments, because that's a really cool time period. So
Just from what they have said, I thought it was common knowledge that this is Aegon's Conquest.
I'm not sure.
I've known that for a while. I thought this was Aegon's Conquest.
I mean,
now just because you guys don't know, I'm now confused. Because I thought everybody knew that.
I mean, in fairness, I haven't cared about Game of Thrones since it ended, so
True.
like I literally haven't put a single thought into the show. I didn't keep up with any of this, so it could be common knowledge, and we just don't know.
I mean, I thought ever since they announced the title for it, House of the Dragon, I thought it was Aegon's Conquest.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I wanted to kind of keep in the dark when it came to that kind of stuff, so I could be surprised when the day came, and here it is. So, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below what your thoughts are on the House of Dragons. What are your thoughts after 2 years since Game of Thrones has ended? How are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you not ready? Are you skeptic? Are you optimistic? If you want to support us, we got a Patreon. We got a couple cool shows out there that you can get a week in advance. That's Vinland, that's Star Wars Visions, A Silent Voice, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. So check it out.
Let's get it!
Okay.
Gods.
Oh,
Into the king?
Kings.
Whoa.
Fire.
Supposed to be Little Danny?
No.
What is 200 years?
Blood.
Oh! Wow! Oh shoot, guys.
Dreams didn't make us kings.
oh, that's
shit.
so lit.
Holy shit.
Dragons did.
Let's go. Oh, that was it?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
a teaser.
God.
It's not a trailer.
I hate the way this world works.
Oh wow. I was prepped to be underwhelmed because my family said that they weren't hyped, but they don't know Game of Thrones super well. Okay. Do you want to do the typical thing we do on this channel? Watch it one more time before we talk about it?
Yeah, I mentally would like to watch it
Yeah,
one more time.
I would like to check in because I was like checked out as we started and then got hyped gradually.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, the Targaryen wigs that everybody hates.
Yeah, same. I hate it too.
Dany's was always really good.
Gods,
What is that? The dragon right there?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Hand of the king.
kings,
Oh, the sword.
Targaryen symbol in the ring.
fire,
I've seen that actor from something else.
He's Doctor Who. Look at that outfit!
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh!
dreams didn't make us kings,
That's so lit.
Look at
Throne is
that.
amazing.
dragons did.
Oh yeah. And I just remembered something else, that when they announced that they were doing this, it was originally going to be called Fire and Blood. So they
Yeah.
changed the name.
Oh man, guys. Alright. We'll do a dissection, but first, immediate first thoughts.
Honestly, I want to see more.
So-
I'm not completely hooked. It does look awesome, but I need to see more. I need like the trailer right now.
What are you gonna say? Why do you have the smile on your face?
Oh, I'm happy. That's all.
You're happy that it's back.
You want me to go?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
go for it. You go next.
Okay. Obviously, as everybody who has made their way through Game of Thrones season 8, well, I guess just to be quick about it, while I've been skeptical for quite some time about the project, this is a new writing team. This is new people at the helm of it. And even though a lot of people left the previous show with a bitter taste, I do trust the fact that HBO doesn't want to screw themselves and make bad content.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually put my faith more on the optimistic side right now because I actually think this looks pretty damn cool.
It is exciting to be back in the Game of Thrones world. I'm confident that they'll be able to make something that's like a solid product. I'm just curious. I guess the part where I'm worried is like I was kind of hoping for like, not saying that this isn't Aegon's Conquest because I don't know.
I don't think it is.
Well, I don't know the
think it is.
lore or the timeline of it. I don't know how long that'll happen. My thing is like, do we really want? Okay, my concern is, do we just get a reskin of Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 6, but with a Targaryen family in the mix? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where it's like everybody just doing their power plays of who's gonna like influence the king to do what. Like, I just hope it's not that. I do want like politics, and I mean, of course, it's Game of Thrones, so they're gonna have good politics and good sneaky plays. I feel like that people will do, and I'm sure they're gonna have cool fights, and there's gonna be dragons, so it's gonna be cool cinematically. I just don't know if I'm just concerned if it's gonna be like the exact same thing as seasons 1 through 6 minus White Walkers
Yeah.
and minus the Essos storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's
fair,
all you can.
That's fair concerns.
I guess that's the only I mean, it's part of what you would expect from like a medieval time thing. But I am excited for it regardless. The throne looks fucking nuts.
Yeah, it does.
Like the real 1,000 blades
I cannot believe it.
Aegon's Conquest.
I want to know why they got rid of it. Like, what
Yeah.
is the? Because I know it was more of a budget choice for what the throne ended up looking like in the Game of Thrones show.
Yeah.
Why they didn't go all out. Hence the joke of it's not even like 200 swords that Baelish and Varys make in I think season 3.
Yeah.
So, if in fact there was like the more conceptualized Thousand Blades of Aegon's Conquest. I want to know why they switched it, because like they have free license to probably do what they want, like change the history, maybe the narrative a bit to like maybe suit for a cooler story.
Yeah.
Give us more info than we knew, because this era is like featured in like the histories of the book I have, The World of Ice and Fire, but I don't know how detailed everything gets. So there's a lot of fill in the blank room, which would be really cool and nice for new fans and book fans
To get to experience
all together. And I guess where I'm excited is like the faith in like there was such outrage based off how people felt of the last 2 seasons that I really can't imagine that they are going to go in only for the sake of money grab, because they know. I mean, yeah, you will have a turnout, but how long will the turnout stay if it's not even a good first season? I mean, there's plenty of shows that can feature a big ass star like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it, but how long can you keep an interest in some premium show if the quality is not going to be good overall? You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure they're going to want to keep this as like their new baby on HBO and make it like a thing to bring people in. So I'm hyped. The production quality for Game of Thrones, even if you want to trash on the last 2 seasons, you can always expect good quality in terms of like outfits, styling, music, which is what I'm expecting. I hope they bring Ramon Dejwandi or whatever his name is, the composer, back. And this doesn't look like Aegon's Conquest.
No,
but I would imagine that it's like, I don't know.
I thought he was Aegon. I thought he was going to be Aegon. I thought that was going to be his sister Visenya or one of the two, Rhaenys.
His sister wives or whatever.
Sister wives.
Weird.
But I only saw one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
maybe we'll get an episode. There's, I don't know, showing that.
But
Or
200 years ago I don't think isn't enough.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be at least
1,000.
it should be more than 200.
Yeah.
Is all I know.
Oh, other thing I'm excited for is that granted, could just be me being naive, but other than the Doctor Who guy, I didn't recognize. I mean, it was real quick flashes of people, but I didn't recognize anybody from the show, and I don't know any actors that are actors or actresses going into this.
This could be vicious. The Targaryens were pretty vicious to one another in their histories. There was a lot of Targaryens and a lot of crazy stuff that happened during their era of ruling.
Yeah. So we are in for some good content. Yeah, and HBO, I mean, they kind of have to... I feel like HBO's kind of been dead.
That's
since,
Since,
Yeah. They've had shows, but like they had the Watchmen show, and they had Dark Material.
oh, is that still going?
His Dark Materials, or whatever it was called.
I mean, it might be on break since COVID or whatever, but...
Yeah, everything kind of got... All live action kind of got halted with COVID.
Yeah.
They
A lot
did
of it.
the Chernobyl miniseries, I think.
Yep, and that was good. A lot
was
of people
amazing.
like that show.
Yeah,
really
but they
good.
they had like a grip on the world with like you know how like Stranger Things has like a grip on the world, like when it drops it's like everything stops. That's how Thrones was.
Yeah.
HBO hasn't had that since they came back. So like this
Yeah.
is like their chance to retake that.
But how many channels really ever have that, or shows ever really have like time-stopping pieces?
Squid Game.
True. I mean, to be determined. It's too.
Yeah, it's too soon. It's
too
popular,
soon.
but we'll see how big. Like, yeah.
But I'm just saying. I mean, when we're talking about the competitors of Netflix, Hulu, HBO, and whatever else, like every other entertainment company that's making a streaming service, I mean, Netflix has locked it down a lot more with these like.
Quick shows.
Not quick, but like
Like-
these legacy shows,
Yeah.
these shows that they make that are going to like determine an era. You know what I mean? Like the era of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Like, that
Stranger
was-
Things is pretty big too.
That's what I'm saying. Stranger Things is big, and Netflix keeps making huge shows. I mean, it's
What was the other show? You? Is that a
yeah,
big one?
That was big.
Not
but
as big.
for-
It had a following, but not
Yeah.
like Stranger Things or Game of Thrones level to any degree. I
And then plus we have the Lord of the Rings show that's coming out.
that
Amazon too.
Honestly-
Amazon's in the ring for it.
yeah,
you know?
I think that's definitely room to be like a showstopper
Yeah.
or like
world-stopping
show
show,
because it's just it
Is
has already a huge following.
Is that next year?
It's 2022. I think it's Christmas is when we get.
Oh,
Um, Supposedly. Like, I'm not expecting the world out of this show. The thing about Game of Thrones that set it apart from everything else, especially in the first 4 seasons, is how good the writing was. And I think where people started to doze off when it came to the 5th seasons and after, even though there was also moments in those seasons, is the writing wasn't as good. The only trouble is, and a lot of people I feel like forget this, is that the first 4 had a lot of the resources to pull from book-wise.
Sure, yeah.
So comparatively to standard TV, it felt so drastically better. So when we got to later shows, it wasn't that they were bad writing. I mean, there was times where there was bad writing.
But they weren't going off of, like, a Bible's worth of content.
Yeah.
But like comparative still to other shows, the writing isn't like atrocious. Like most TV shows don't have the best of writing all the time. It's very hard to get solid writing for a whole show entirely. So I think people's expectations were shattered just because they were also raised so high. So when it fell down to the par of other shows, it became far more drastic mentally for people. So this knowing going in that we're not probably going to have book material to go off of might not be on like intrigue level 1 through 4, but like I'm expecting like what we'd get from like any other show that you can get that has political intrigue.
Yeah.
We'll just have to go in expecting the wording to not be like Peter Baelish every freaking scene or Tywin Lannister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean it's part of the draw of the show. Like I guess we can lower the expectations, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, you're competing with yourself and what you've done prior, so HBO has to match what they did. Like, I feel like you have to match Game of Thrones, maybe not necessarily in the same type of content, but in what the content brings, or otherwise it's a failure. If you can't, this is my personal like gauge of it. If you can't match what you did previously and or make it better or on par at least to make it such a big show, especially with like the huge following Game of Thrones has. I mean, like, at minimum, the first episode's going to have, like, 100 million people watching it.
Yeah.
If you can't keep up with it and make something that lasts for people beyond episode 1, 2, and 3 and extends to making multiple seasons that people actually enjoy, like, you failed. IMO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's...
Agree to disagree, but yeah. Cheers.
I have 3 things. I would disagree. HBO hasn't really been dead. You guys haven't watched the show Westworld, so that's another show this channel cranks out that is a pretty fucking good show. I'm pretty sure after Thrones ended, season 3 came out. I would say, in my personal experience of people who I've talked to who have watched Game of Thrones, I feel like they fell off the show, as you were saying, around season 5, because I feel like that's when the show really started to focus on like the White Walker and the fantasy aspect of the show.
Yeah.
Versus the earlier seasons, it was more political and war. Like, my parents were really into the earlier seasons. I had coworkers, bosses, and supervisors who was really into the political aspect of it and kind of just fell off with the fantasy. So I feel like that could be something to play a part in this. I don't know.
I just think it'll be fun. Like, even if there's a huge like polarization when the show comes out of people expecting it to be the best thing, I will still enjoy it because Game of Thrones wasn't popular until like season 3's ending. Like, it wasn't a popular show. Most people didn't look upon it brightly for a good 3+ years, and it was only until the hype beast appeared that everybody acted like they were the biggest fan out of nowhere. So if it doesn't take heat right away, I'm gonna probably still watch it regardless.
Same.
So,
I mean, I feel like it probably won't take off right away, just because of how the split between it was good, it was terrible of the latter 2 seasons of the original series.
Yeah.
No way. You guys really... No, of course people are going to watch. I mean, even though the split was bad, of like, there was a huge divide amongst people thinking that, and more so, I felt like more people thought that they really didn't like at least how the show ended, and the people who didn't were kind of like, yeah, it was okay, like, it was a cool ending, and there was a seldom few that was like, oh, it was a perfect ending.
Yeah.
But like, all of those people are going to come back for this. Like, if something happened in the water of the world if no one is tuning in for the new Game of Thrones.
Oh no,
show.
I think everybody will tune in. I'm just saying if it dies away just because it's not the hype that everybody wants of like season 6 through 8. I'm saying I don't care.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
I'm
and
still
we
watching
can
it.
bring on a whole group of new people who might appreciate whatever they give us. So.
I mean, we're nerds. We're gonna watch this no matter what.
Yeah, and I just want the reason I want it to thrive is because there's other shows like other spin-offs I want to go to in the world
Seriously.
that I think are really exciting, and that's why I want this to succeed because
So
I
we can
want
get the
my
others.
stories to occur. So
I'm gonna say something, but first, do we want to get into like our favorite episodes, favorite seasons, favorite characters, or should we wait?
I think we
honestly,
should just wait till
yeah,
it comes
wait.
out.
I think when the show comes out, we can dive into the deep kind of stuff
Okay.
like that. But I just wanted to give our like kind of overall feel of how we feel about Game of Thrones
Okay.
as a whole. 'Cause that's a whole wormhole.
The thing that I was gonna say is, just how many people did you guys meet that constantly said in the battle for Winterfell, Winterfell, like it's too dark, you couldn't see anything, it was too dark. How many people did you run into?
That was literally like the whole universe. I
That's
mean, if
every-
you looked on social media, that was.
I didn't think it was a problem.
Once again, a wormhole of the nitty gritty that we can dissect when it comes
That's
to
why
that.
I feel
that
like there
show.
might be there's gonna be a split when the show comes out.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When there's something popular, super popular, you're going to have people on every side of an argument
Yeah.
for everything. From
Yeah.
the Starbucks cup to how Jon Snow's hair looked that day to did Aegon look like a badass enough this episode? Did he like
to Jaegerist versus Scouts or
yeah,
Marley,
to
like,
the
it's
people
like-
who support the Lannisters, to the people who support the Starks, etc., etc. Like it'll always be polarizing to some degree, but I will say I'm on the optimistic side.
Yes.
So pessimistic, optimistic, or in between.
I'm in between, but I'm more hopeful. than
Okay.
not.
I want to see it. I'm hopeful for it. Optimistic. I just would like to see more content.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not 100% pleased with the
Yeah.
teaser.
That's the good news. It is a teaser.
Yeah.
We got a trailer
Yeah,
probably
we got
to
a
look
trailer.
forward to to show us a
Maybe-
whole lot more and give us more context on
maybe
where
this
the hell we
summer.
are. But you guys good?
Yeah.
Guys, we want to know your thoughts as well, so make sure you go and leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Are you more on the pessimistic side, the optimistic side, a little bit in between? Tell us your reasons why. This is going to be probably a hype train for quite some time, so we want to know your thoughts so we can interact with you guys. Check out the Patreon like we said, and for the time being, we are going to punch it. See ya!
Bah!
And winter really is coming this time, so prep yourselves.
For real. Winter.
Oh.
Winter really is coming.